Hey guys, so today we are going to start a mini line challenge. It is a really cool name logo challenge that I saw and figured it would be a great introduction to the element of art line, as well as get you guys thinking outside the box and challenging yourself with a design using your name. So to start off, we are going to be working on a name logo challenge. And we are going to be learning about the element line. So the elements of art are really important. They're the building blocks to art. They are what you are going to use throughout the school year anytime you make and create art. A lot of artists don't even realize that they are using the elements when they are drawing and creating. So line is pretty self-explanatory. It is a dot that goes for a walk, essentially. And there's all sorts of different lines. For example, we have straight lines that can go horizontal or vertical or diagonal. We have lines that can be zigzag. We have lines that can be wavy. We have lines that can be spirals. We have lines that can be dashed, dotted. There are just so many different ways that you can go about drawing with line. And one of the things that we don't realize, because we use the word write, but every time you write your name, you are actually drawing using line. So to start off, I would like you to write your name. I suggest that you use capital letters. You could try to use lowercase letters, but this assignment might be a little bit more difficult if you're using lowercase. So I strongly recommend that you use uppercase letters for this assignment. So to begin, I want you to take a pencil and I want you to sketch a box or a square that looks like this. You want to try and make it as perfect as possible. So if you need to, you could also use a ruler to draw your box. This box is just going to be 1 inch by 1 inch. And what we are just drawing in here is just a guide box, okay? This guide box is not going to be part of your art. It's just going to help you keep track of your letters and size and placement. So once you have your box drawn, you're just going to divide it in half and then divide it into quarters. And then we're going to get started with our name logo challenge. Take a look at this video to help you get inspired and have a better idea of what this challenge is going to be.
New challenge. Write the first letter of your name, then each letter of your name overlapping it. Duet and show me what your logo for your name is. New challenge. Write the first letter of your name, then each letter of your name overlapping it. Duet and show me what your logo for your name is.
All right, now that we've taken a look at those awesome designs and details of how different names can be used to create an interesting logo, we are going to get started. So I have my name here that I am going to use for my design, And it's really, really simple to start off. So the reason why I suggest you use capital letters is because capital letters tend to have really straight angled lines, whereas lowercase can be a little bit more curved and curvy. And curvy lines can be a little bit tricky with this lesson. So we're going to start off with some nice straight lines. So I always like to start with my first letter, and I like to figure out an interesting placement for it. So I'm just going to go in and draw out my letter K. The next step is you're going to go to your second letter and you're going to figure out some placement. The interesting thing about the second letter is that you can reuse lines to draw your A. For example, I could put my A here. I could put my A here. My name actually has 2 A's in it, so I could go ahead and check that off. Then we're going to go in and add the letter T. I'm going to add in the letter R. I think I'm going to add it in here and then line it up with my K. All right. My letter I, depending on how you draw your I, you can retrace the T and add in the bottom part. And then my N, where will I put you? Ooh, I know where I could put it. You can see here I already have part of my N, and then I'm going to add the N here. And there we go. That is my logo for my name. This is not a one-time all for this. For example, I can rearrange my name different ways. I am not required to be limited to the placements that I did here. So if you don't like this logo, think outside the box and try a different arrangement. So maybe I'll put my T right here. K over here instead. So K, A, T. Maybe I'll do my R over here. I, N, and then A. Right? And you can keep on practicing and playing around with your ideas. So you can see here the amount of times that I was trying to figure out my logo and which one would end up working best. I played around with a lot of different designs and a lot of different options, and I ended up falling in love with a couple of the designs. So remember, this isn't a one-way thing. You can figure out tons and tons and tons of different ways to do it. So up here in here is my name that I was playing around with, my first name. And then down here, I started trying my last name. So you're welcome to do, you're only required to do one. You can do your first name, you can do your last name, you can do both. It is 100% up to you. I was just playing around with a couple of different ways that different names can look. But when you are finished, I want you to really focus on redrawing your logo by tracing and redrawing what you see above in your logo, and we are focusing on craftsmanship and being nice and clean so that our logo can be crisp, like you saw in the example videos that I sent you. All right, so there is my logo, nice and clean. I want you to trace and outline it with a ballpoint pen. To make it a quality, high craftsmanship, finished logo. If you are not good at straight lines, I highly recommend you use a ruler to ensure that your straight lines are crisp and clean. But high quality craftsmanship is important when you are making and creating. So make sure when you are tracing, you have high quality. Obviously, your curved lines, you won't be able to use a ruler. Let that guide dry. And then you are going to use your eraser to erase the pencil lines. And voila, you have your logo. If you have any questions, please Canvas email me and take a look at these other awesome example videos that can help inspire you.
Mille pattes, jou, 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 jou. Mille pattes, ach, как вкусно, ням, ням, ням. Mille pattes.